Hi there. Welcome to Building a Modern Employer Brand podcast. This episode of the Building a Modern Employer Brand podcast is for you, modern leaders struggling with talent acquisition and retention challenges. I will share with you a couple of strategies to help you tackle these, what are probably the greatest talent-related challenges head on. If you're a business leader grappling with these issues, you're in the right place. We'll explore the crucial role of investing in and reinforcing strategic employer branding and why it's essential for leaders like yourself to align your business strategy with your HR and employer branding teams. Plus, we'll discuss how taking a data-driven approach can not only prove the value of employer branding, but also help your company to attract and retain top talent. So stick around because by the end of this episode, you'll have 3 actionable tips to guide your HR and employer branding teams to secure the necessary resources for employer branding and recruitment marketing. If you're new to this podcast, my name is Susanna Rantanen, and I'm a seasoned strategic employer branding expert, executive level advisor, and content and social media marketing coach for professionals struggling with winning and keeping the talents the business needs to succeed. Are you ready? So as a modern leader, it's vital for you to separate employer branding from recruitment campaigns. Recruitment campaigns are there to help you to seal the deal, so to speak, with those available job seekers who match your expectations of success for the open role that you have. Now, employer branding, on the other hand, aims to grow demand and convert potential employees to a recruitment funnel while raising the employer awareness and building employer brand affinity for the company that you work for. Now, focusing only on recruitment campaigns is actually a mistake a lot of leaders do, especially if you operate in a heavily saturated talent market and you struggle both with retention and talent acquisition. Now, focusing only on recruitment campaign is equivalent to trying to cold call as an unknown business on a market where your competitors are market leaders with strong brands and very loyal customer base. Now, you can earn as much as you care for your campaigns, but at the end of the day, your offer is nothing short of a commodity, and you'll find yourself paying much more for much less loyalty and commitment. Same goes for customers, same goes for talents. Now, I bet you're going to say, I bet you think that why should you care as a leader? Now, you should care because high employment costs with little commitment and loyalty tend to lead to short employment cycles, to unhappy customers as a side effect, as kind of a collateral damage, if you like, and little profit. And if you are responsible, if you're responsible for the profit and loss in your business or business area, think that you want to care about this. There are essential talent strategies that you, as a modern leader, need to know about and apply to your advantage, even though you would not be directly working in recruiting or employer branding. But these strategies are something that you need to know so that you can call for them, so that you can ask for them for your business advantage. So I'm going to start with those strategies. The first one that I want to share with you is called a social recruiting strategy. And this is directly something that you, as that modern leader, can apply for yourself. Now, the more experienced the talent that you're hiring or wanting to hire, or the more competitive the market for those talents that you need to hire, you are unlikely to win at that last leg of the race unless those available job seekers already know you, trust your leadership capabilities, and want you as their leader. Now, they're not looking to be managed by the company. They are looking for a leader that they can trust and who they want to be their leader. So you actually coming front with this, applying this social recruiting strategy can be a really powerful strategy for your struggles as a leader, as a business leader, when it comes to retention and talent acquisition. So ask yourself, how well does the talent market know me? Not the company, but you as a business and people leader. Have you secured your position on the market as the kind of a leader, the coach every winning player wants to have? If not, there is a very simple strategy for you to change this, and this is called the social recruiting strategy. Now, your employer branding team or your marketing team in the company, they are there to help you to adopt and adapt to this strategic social recruiting plan that will help you to become known as the boss your target audience truly wants. So you don't have to try to figure this out on your own. If you don't have anybody, by the way, if you don't have anybody to support you in this, I can coach you, not to worry. Now, this simple strategy is executed by you, first of all, with regular social media posts that are being posted from your personal profile, such as on LinkedIn. And the purpose there is to build trust in your leadership skills, grow awareness of you as a hiring manager, as a prospective next boss for your target audience, and also to put transparency into your leadership values. This is a strategy, I said, that you don't have to manage on your own. You will need a plan, maybe some social media marketing training, and a guide, internal or external like myself, who can coach you to build those necessary routines for social recruiting. I'm, for example, doing this for one of the big fours, for one of their business units, business divisions, for number of people. So it's something that you can quite easily apply in your work. Now, the benefits of this social recruiting strategy are quite clear. I've got 4 at least to share with you. Number 1 is this will help you to grow employee awareness for the company that you work for. And when there are more people leaders, business leaders doing this in the organization together, you are actually significantly improving the employee awareness of the business that you work for. Number 2 is a growing demand for the roles and recruitment needs in your own team or your own division, which is obviously important to you if you are sort of profit loss or in any way responsible for, and accountable is probably a better term, accountable for your team's results. Number 3 is building your own personal network, professional network, but for yourself, of potential future employees, potential customers. These are very important and it's a very valuable asset for you as a professional yourself and for your career, for the value that you generate for your employer. And number 4, converting your audience, these people in your network, into leads, into clients, and new employees. These are the 4 very clear and very achievable goals and benefits of a social recruiting strategy. Now, imagine you having a social network of contacts that are working in your line of business, and they are sort of in the reach of your social fingers, giving you the opportunity to simply reach out to them when you see that any one of them match your hiring criteria, and inviting them for a lunch or a coffee to talk about their career development plans and what you could have for them. Imagine this without the need to start that lengthy public recruitment process that takes ages to run through, unless you want to limit your success even more and create tons of badwill, resulting like lousy candidate experiences and bad employee reputation. Well, up to you. Strategy number two. This is called a data-driven recruitment marketing and lead generation strategy. Now, this is not something that you would personally do, but your talent acquisition team would do this for you. Now, this strategy aligns with business strategy for the business unit, for your division. It could also align with the entire company if the company is smaller, or even a team if you happen to have a team that is strategically very important, but it's very difficult to hire to your team. Now, so depending on these factors, company size, hiring needs, and so on, this strategy actually benefits lots of organizations that do not have resources for employer branding done separately, but who recruits actively. This data-driven approach ensures your recruitment marketing strategy aligning seamlessly with your broader business goals. It tackles those talent acquisition growth while generating leads for the upcoming recruitment process. Well, the social recruiting strategy is managed by you as the leader and supported by marketing and communications. This strategy is managed by talent acquisition and supported by yourself as a business unit leader or business leader. And most value will be driven from this strategy when recruitment is seen as a process, with each hiring round accelerating your employer awareness, your employer affinity, and the success of the next recruitment process instead of kind of separate ad hoc recruitment projects, which recruiting tends to be generally. I have an instant employer brand suggest for your recruitment partner, in-house recruitment partner. It gives your talent acquisition this systematic approach, those routines, those processes, even messaging templates, a marketing template, and coaching to develop this strategy and process for your organization. It takes just 12 weeks. You're not the one doing it. You're just the one paying for it. And I'm happy to talk to you more about this powerful approach to strategic and data-driven recruitment marketing. If you're interested, just drop me a DM. Now, while this is organized and managed by talent acquisition, they still need your support and resource allocation to help you successfully hire for your business and team. Then the third strategy. This is called a data-driven employer branding strategy. This third strategy is also data-driven, and what takes this to the edge of employer branding is, again, that data-driven character. When the employer branding strategy is measurable, extremely concrete, and also followed up, you can ensure that the investment that you make in as a business leader into employer branding is looked after and is driving success month after month. The difference between the data-driven recruitment marketing strategy and this one is that while the recruitment marketing strategy aims for a quick turnaround from active job seekers, the employer branding strategy builds brand value for a long term, for the future. So this kind of builds your pipeline for the future when the recruitment marketing strategy converts from the pipeline with a quick turnaround goal. With the accelerated brand value comes the opportunity to differentiate from competitors with a unique point of view and value proposition leading to concrete benefits. For example, winning the most talented professionals over competition, getting access to a larger and better matching talent pool than during a single recruitment campaign you can, driving transformation and change also internally, resulting in a better engagement and commitment and improved retention. Now, these are taking away all your pains, aren't they? I mean, this is like a medicine, getting rid of that migraine that is easing your brain away. Building a talent pipeline is also one of the key benefits, and this will result in a faster time to hire with lesser recruitment costs. And this is also how we prefer to work with our clients at employer branding agency Emine, supported by our proprietary magnetic employer branding method. Now, which strategy fits best your struggles as a modern business leader? That I don't know. I know that these 3 strategies are going to be your best options for getting rid of that pain of retention and the war for talents. Talent attraction is producing you day after day. Now, what do modern business leaders need to know about how to empower HR to deliver a better return on investment from recruitment marketing and employer branding? I want to tell you this as well because you obviously care for your profits. You don't want to increase your costs. You're only interested in making investments that are returning value for that investment. So you need to know how to empower your HR people and your talent acquisition to deliver a better ROI for you. Now, as an experienced business consultant, I don't see enough business leaders like you empowering your HR to deliver better ROI from recruitment marketing and employer branding. And that is why I wanted to bring up these three key tips that modern leaders like yourself should provide for your HR and employer branding teams. Okay, ready? So tip number 1, help your HR and talent acquisition recognize the expected ROI so that they can drive it from both activities. You may be surprised how rarely HR and talent acquisition measure the impact of their work at all. I mean, I don't understand why business leaders are not asking for this accountability. Hardly anyone is. And that's why, for most of you, this is more of a cost than an investment, when it shouldn't be. The reason is that most often they are not expected, they are not empowered, they're not being held accountable for results. And you can't drive results unless you know what the measurable goals are. So as a business leader, I assume that you are familiar with driving results. So do yourself a favor and help your HR and talent acquisition align those talent acquisition and talent retention goals with the business strategy. And don't leave it at the top HR level, but go where it matters the most, which is your talent acquisition people and your employer branding people, not the HR director. Without great retention and attraction, you cannot receive ROI because they can't meet the goals that you should be setting for this work. So help yourself to succeed by coaching your HR and your talent acquisition how to work strategically. And don't do it on the HR director level. You go to the talent acquisition and the operative level because they need this information the most because they're the ones who are doing the work. They need to know this. Tip number 2, foster cross-functional collaboration between functions that you need to meet your own business goals. Now, I kindly recommend you to encourage and invite this collaboration between HR, talent acquisition, employer branding, and your entire business division, business function, or team. Discover how cross-functional teams can lead to more effective talent strategies. You and your team are their customers. They can help you better meet your goals when they understand your business and your people, know your people well enough. So invite them to, this information, guide them to use their knowledge to help you make better decisions instead of gatekeeping you too much. Call for an advisory role instead of a policymaker or an admin role. It's more valuable for you. And it doesn't need to be the director again. This could be your HR partner or a recruiter, even somebody who's just started in this role. you can support them to give you more advice instead of doing what you tell them to do. And this will be a huge favor for both of you. Tip number 3, allocate your resources strategically. I'm sure you get that. That's important. Now, gain insights from HR and talent acquisition on how to allocate your talent resources effectively and ensure your talent planning and talent development and employer branding and talent acquisition efforts receive the attention and the budget that they deserve. Sometimes people ask me, how much does it cost to build an employer brand? Well, it costs as much as it's required to help you deliver your goals. And the more you do it, the less it will cost, because you are generating value more and more and more all the time with less and less and less effort. Starting up with a campaign over and over again burns so much more of your resources than systematic, consistent, kind of like keeping the flames up. Now, what do you think about this? Let's recap. So in this episode, we explore the crucial role of talent marketing and branding in modern businesses, emphasizing the need for HR and talent acquisition to invest in this strategic initiative and align it with the overall business strategy. And as a modern leader to another one, yourself, I gave you 3 of the most essential talent marketing and branding strategies that will deliver great value for your business, for you as the leader, for your business unit, for your team when approached consistently. You know how to ask for this from your HR, from your talent acquisition, because now you have that information. We also highlighted the power of data-driven approach to prove the value of the marketing efforts you put together with HR to improve your business function. Now, instead of these one-off campaigns, you will get so much more value back when your talent acquisition is planned strategically, with each round accelerating success in the following round. For the following round. And this requires both you and your wallet, as well as your partners in HR, talent acquisition, maybe also marketing and communications. Now, helping your HR, empowering your HR and talent acquisition and employer branding teams to implement these 3 actionable tips that I suggested will help you to build trust at the executive level and with whom or to whom you report to, and allocate the right resources to proper your personal success as well. So these are the thoughts that I want to leave you with today. And this was probably a completely new podcast for you. So I want to remind you, my name is Susanna Rantanen. I'm an employer branding agency owner in Finland. We work completely remotely, so we can cater to needs outside Finland as well, with a very modern approach, and can help you to propel your success as a business leader, applying those 3 strategies that I just presented. That's all for this week, my friend. Now, stay tuned for more insightful episodes mastering the world of modern employer branding and the employer branding edge. If you found this podcast valuable, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. That would be highly appreciated by myself. And I know that together we can help modern companies to transform your organizations through strategic employer branding, data-driven talent acquisition, and talent marketing, and building that very fruitful network for yourself through social recruiting. You can find this and all the previous episodes on my podcast website. That's www.modernemployerbrand.com. Until next week, my name is Susanna Rantanen, signing it off. Moi moi.